And now, thoughts from the editor. This week's featured editorial board writer is Michael Tharp of the Merced Sun-Star.
Winston Churchill once said, if you have 10,000 regulations, you destroy all respect for the law. The question, is California overregulated? It reminds me of the current Geico commercials that have the Rod Serling type guy ask rhetorically, can switching to Geico save you money on car insurance? And then answering himself, does a former drill sergeant make a terrible therapist? Last month, The Economist, the best weekly magazine in the world, featured a story about white mustache yogurt made by a family in Orange County. The daughter of the family patriarch spent a year getting the required permits just from the county, but then she ran into the Milk and Dairy Food Safety Branch of the State Department of Food and Agriculture. She pointed out to the state officials that the regulations on yogurt go all the way back to 1947. Regulators said never mind and demanded that she set up several machines and processes to make sure the yogurt was safe. It was already pasteurized. She doesn't have the capital to do all that, so she's either going to move out of the state or forget the whole thing. Closer to home in Merced, Walmart wants to build a distribution center. It would provide about 1,200 decent paying jobs, but opponents, both local and from outside the county, have insisted on a lengthy series of environmental reviews from the California Environmental Quality Act, the famous or infamous CEQA. The company and the city have, according to a judge, met all those standards, but no one has held the opponents of the project accountable for running up the legal fees and extending the approval process without responsibility to pay for the cost incurred or to pay for the loss of jobs and payroll, let alone legal fees. This is clearly an example of a one-sided or at least a lopsided review process. We'd welcome some balance. On paper, the legislation or changes look good, but the result is the opposite in the real world, the private sector, which does not receive a greater good or benefit. The mantra of the marketplace should be that justification, balance, and customer service should prevail. The other type of overregulation we have in California is the ballot initiative. What's unique about us is not our set of challenges and problems, but our brand of democracy. In the 1960s, we only put 9 initiatives on the ballot. Last year, we put 74. This so-called manifestation of the people's will has become a negative model for other democracies because it makes us dysfunctional, unable to respond to external shocks. One illustration, between December 2007 and December 2009, the private sector lost more than 7.3 million jobs, yet the number of government jobs actually increased by about 100,000. The state has added more than 13,000 employees since the onset of the economic recession in 2008. Those people have to have something to do. So is California overregulated? As my fellow Okie Will Rogers once put it, be thankful we're not getting all the government we're paying for. I'm Mike Tharp, executive editor of the Merced Sun-Star, for the Maddy Report.
The views expressed in the Maddy Report are those of the individuals participating in the program and do not necessarily reflect those of Valley PBS, KC, or the Maddy Institute, board, management, or staff. If you'd like to share your thoughts about the points and opinions expressed in the Maddy Report, visit our website at valleypbs.org/Maddy. The Maddy Report is brought to you through a production partnership of KC24 and Valley PBS, proudly working together with the Maddy Institute to provide the San Joaquin Valley with valuable analysis and insight about public policy issues.